Hi everybody at Cold Harbor, Mrs. Tavar here, and of course I got some good news for you. I always do. I miss you so much, remember that, and I cannot wait to see you. So my good news is I got 2 more letters from some of you. And remember, if you want to write to me, and if I hadn't had the opportunity to write to you, you can first email me, get my home address, and then you can write to me and I'll write to you back. So I have 2 letters that I got one from Viviana, and she's doing some of the same things I'm doing. I went on a bike ride also on the Capitol Trail. I did it 2 days in a row, actually. It was great weather for it. And we also have made some campfires and had some s'mores at the campfire, so that was great. And I also maybe have been watching a little too much TV too, so I can see how that happened. And I don't care if you use scrap paper to write to me and have some drawings on the back. I loved it. Thank you so much. Another one I got was from little Olivia. And oh, I love you too, Olivia. You are the sweetest little thing. So thank you for writing me. And she did not know this. I have a surprise, Olivia, that your card was the Smurfs. Well, Sandy and I were best friends, still are good friends today, and we collected Smurfs. And I went to the attic and I got mine out to show you. So some of my favorite Smurfs was, of course, a clown Smurf. Love clowns. And I'm not a very good baker, but I've had a lot of time on my hands lately, and I've done some baking and cooking. Of course, I just have to show you Papa Smurf, because who doesn't love Papa Smurf? And Smurfette. And of course, I went bike riding just like Viviana on the Capitol Trail, and making tons of phone calls during this. And just a big shout out to all the doctors and nurses out there. So yay, thank you for sending me this card. I'm gonna tell Sandy that I got this too. She's gonna be a little jealous. She didn't get one. I love it. All right, so today I'm very excited to talk to you about another one of my favorite authors and illustrators actually, who I actually got to meet. His name is Tony DiTerlizzi. I'm gonna share my screen and show you his, there we go, his website. So you can go to Tony DiTerlizzi's website. And what's so great, of course, I love going to the authors and illustrators websites. You can look at all the books he wrote. And some of them we do have in the library, like the one I'm going to read today. And some of you have read, let's see, that's what some of you have read. Oh, some of you read the Spiderwick Chronicles, great series to read while you're home. Kenny and the Dragon, more Spiderwicks. And of course, a lot of you know that he did not write this one. This is The Spider and the Fly. It's a narrative poem written by Mary Howlett in the 1800s. He was a Caldecott winner, honorary winner in 2002. And it's a narrative poem about a spider and a fly. I've talked about that one a lot. Today, I'm going to read you Jimmy Zangwow's Out of This World Moon Pie Adventure. Now, the reason I'm going to read you this book is because there is such great voice in this book. You can really hear Jimmy talking and his mom off the back. You're going to see what I mean in a minute. But let me show you some of his artwork, Tony DiTerlizzi's artwork. See, does it open? Maybe. Okay, there we go. There we go. And these are just a tidbit of what's in some of his books. So if you go to the Broken Ornament, you'll see this illustration. If you go inside, let's see, what else? Look at all these. Kenny and the Dragon or the Spiderwick Chronicles. Those are his drawings. And of course, here's today's book, Out of This World, Moon Pie Adventure, which has great voice. I'm going to close my screen down. Okay, now before I start reading, of course, thank you to Simon and Schuler Books for Young Readers, the publisher. The publisher is giving us rights to record this and put it up on YouTube, but I do have to take it down June 30th. But thank you so much for letting us read this book online for our students who are at home. The other greatest thing is I told you I met Tony DiTerlizzi, and this one was actually signed by him to my son for Gabriel, Zip Hip Cadoodle. by Tony Giudice. So exciting. Here we go. Jimmy Zangwow. Jimmy Zangwow, an out of this world adventure, moon pie adventure. I don't know if you've ever eaten a moon pie. I have, and I still sell them. They're delicious with the marshmallows inside. Okay, here we go. So it's written and illustrated by Tony Giudice. One Tuesday afternoon, Jimmy Zangwow asked his mom, "Can I please have some milk in a moon pie?" "Of course not," his mom replied. "You'll ruin your dinner. Now, run out and play." Can you hear your mom saying the same thing when you asked for that cookie before dinner? I can hear it. Look at those beautiful illustrations. "Oh, nuts," Jimmy muttered as he stomped out of his back door and climbed aboard his secret project. "I wish I could go to the moon and get my own moon pies, but this junk jubilee jalopy will never fly." And with that, the jalopy shook. It rattled. It battled to get off the ground. "Holy macaroni!" Jimmy cried. He shook his eyes. The jalopy rocketed up. Can you hear Jimmy talking, his little voice and his words? "Holy macaroni!" I mean, that's a cow, and that is great voice given to that character. It wouldn't be the same if he said, "Oh no, it doesn't work," or "Oh no, it's about to move." No. Holy macaroni! And out of this world, when Jimmy opened his eyes, he was high above the earth. "Wow, I've never been this far from home." He wondered if he could find his way back in time for dinner. His stomach rumbled. Up ahead loomed the slumbering moon. Moon pies. When Jimmy was close enough to the great moon pie maker in the sky, he roped him and climbed out of his pocket. "Mr. Moon, can I please have some moon pies?" Opening one eye. Can you open one eye? Opening one eye, the old man spoke. What? You want some French fries? I don't have any." "Moon pies," shouted Jimmy. "Fruit flies? Never seen one." "No, Mr. Moon, I would like some moon pies." "Well, you don't have to yell," said the moon. "I'm not hard of hearing, you know, just a little bit of cheese in my ears." Jimmy took a deep breath and started again. "Mr. Moon, can I please have some moon pies?" The moon gave Jimmy a long, thoughtful look. Can you hear the old man's voice in those words? Yes. "Of course you can," he said, and he gave Jimmy 1,000 moon pies. Gazooks, a whole year's supply. But then Jimmy realized that he didn't bring the one thing, the only thing that goes with moon pies. What's a moon pie, do you think? You get awfully thirsty when you eat moon pies. What can it be? What? I think you're right. Maybe he's going to ask for some milk. Let's see. "Sure wish I had some milk." "What's that? Milk?" replied the sheepish moon. "No milk, not since the cow is gone." "Cow? What cow? What cow goes with the moon?" You know, the cow jumped over the moon. Yes, the cow, you know, that jumped over used to fly by all the time delivering milk. "Delivering milk? Where?" Jimmy asked. "Milky Way, of course." The grumble grinder must have frightened her off. You had better watch out for that one. But Jimmy had already sped off. These beautiful illustrations. In the Milky Way, Jimmy found gallons and quarts and pints of milk. He pulled out his net and was scooping up as much of the frosty, frothy stuff he could as when he heard the grumble. Rumble, grumble. Oh no. Grumble, rumble. The grumble was so loud that it flipped the jalopy and sent Jimmy and his milk and all 1,000 moon pies tumbling straight down to Mars, where Jimmy landed with a crowd of Mars men. "It's raining milk," they called out together. "It's snowing moon pies. We want moon pies." Oh no, Jimmy sighed. How, how many are there of you? 999? 999? That only leaves one for me. And when he saw all those hungry little Marsman's eyes, he knew there was no other way. All right, I'll share. And the Martian milkman and moon pie feast began. But before anyone could even take a bite, they heard rumble, grumble, grumble, rumble. All 999 Marsmen froze on the ground and shook as the sound bounded forward. Rumble, grumble, grumble, mumble. Chomping June bugs, what is that? Jimmy asked. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Who do you think it is? The moon said something. Does anybody remember? You are so smart. It is. It's the Grimble Grinder. It's the great Grimble Grinder, the Marsmen exclaimed. The big Billy Beast roared and growled. Rumble, grumble, grumble, rumble. He will eat us, cried the Marsman 365. We're tasty little nuggets in the giant's eyes. Eat us, Jimmy said. How can he do that? He can't do that. I'll miss my summer. He had to do something. But what? What do you think Jimmy can do? Well, those are some good answers, I think. I think you're right. Rumble, grumble, grumble, rumble. Jimmy looked down at his hands. If you gotta eat something, he said, eat this. And he held out a bottle of milk and the very last moon pie. Grabbing the milk and the moon pie, the Grimble Grinder gobbled up both and blurted out loud. Burp! He doesn't have very much manners, huh? Then that giant smiled and spoke. Thank you, thank you. That is exactly what I needed. I was so hungry for so long that the belly rumbled and grumbled and growled. When I tried to ask for food, it spoke louder than I did. It frightened everybody away. You mean you don't want to eat us? Asked Jimmy. Oh, goodness gracious, no. I just wanted a moon pie. Hearing then, the Marsmen cheered up. Zip, kip, cadoodle, zip, zip, cadoodle. Can you say it? Zip, zip, cadoodle. Jimmy Zangwow saved the day. Zip, zip, cadoodle. But now Jimmy's stomach rumbled. He was starving. He looked at his watch. 6 past. I'm going to be late for dinner. And the jalopy was all crushed up and smashed. I'll never get home in time now, groaned Jimmy. Yes, you will. We will help, the Marsman 365 said. And just like that, the Marsmen gathered up the moon pie wrappers, stitched them together to make a giant moon pie wrapper balloon. Now what? Jimmy asked. To make it work, we need hot air. His watch read quarter past. How can they get all of the balloon blown up? Does anybody have any suggestions? Let's think. How can they get hot air into the balloon? Ooh, I think some of you guessed it. 365 spoke up again. I have an idea, Mr. Grimble Grinder, if you don't mind. No problem. I'll need another moon pie, replied the Grimble. All 999 Marsmen shouted, take mine. The Grimble Grinder gobbled up every single moon pie. Then he seized the balloon, opened his mouth wide, and, oh, you guessed it, burp! He burped so hard that the moon pie flew out of his ears and landed far away. And before they knew it, the moon pie wrapper balloon was flying high. I'll come back soon, Jimmy promised as he soared over the crowd and waved goodbye to 999 Marsmen and the Grimble Grinder too. He flew through the Milky Way. He floated past Old Man Moon, and he landed in his backyard just in time to hear his mom call, Jimmy, dinner. Jimmy was so hungry that he ate up every last bit, even though it was Brussels sprout noodle bean casserole. And when he was done, he got a moon pie for dessert. What do you think? Were there some good voices in there? Yeah, I really heard Jimmy talking and the Mars Men 365 and Mom yelling for dinner and Mom telling him, nope, not until dinner's over. Anyway, I loved reading with you. I'll miss you and I'll see you soon. Big hugs. I love you. Write to me.